Hi everyone, this is Meryl, your instructor. This is a short video to give you some information about your research project and putting together your presentation. So the first thing to do is to go to the Week 7 overview, make sure you've read through the overview, some of what you'll be looking at at a glance, tips for success, and learning objectives. Let me just say that initially this assignment was designed to be a group-only project. We changed that last year when it was proved to be very difficult for students, particularly when they're online, to meet as a group and present as a group. So we created the option to work individually. But you will see there is some activities in this section which is still talking about working in groups. So don't overlook those, because a good chance in another class or in your job or in some kind of setting you will need to be working in groups. So that's important information. But be sure to start here, read through the overview, and then next you'll see there's a series of videos, and these are mainly to help you give you resources and guide you through making the presentation itself. Most of you, I think, will be doing a Google Slides, so if you know how to use Google Slides, then you probably don't need a lot of these, but you might want to, if you haven't used them before, you might want to watch one or two of them, and they do provide you give you some basic tips for using it and making successful slideshow. Okay, so next, this is the description of the research project. I know this is kind of a long document, it's about 4 pages. Read through it when you can. The most important part, which you will be responsible for this week, is creating your norms and expectations as well as your topic, and I'll get into that in just a second. Also, we have a list here of potential topics. You do not have to choose one of these topics. However, if you have another topic in mind that you want to do, please email it or contact me through Canvas and confirm it with me before you post it as part of your assignment. Okay, next is the template itself, and you see we have the little frowny face. So what you want to do to access the template is you click on this little link up here, and you're going to make a copy of it. And this is very important because you don't want to be working on the template, otherwise everybody will be working on top of each other's work. So if you click on make a copy, moving slowly, there we go. You'll see you'll have your own, and you could rename it however you want to name it. And this is, I'm going to go through this quickly. These are kind of give you a general idea of what you should be including in your presentation. You want a title page, and then this slide, I don't think you do not need to answer these questions. I think you want to have some kind of nice opener that does grab the audience attention with a question, a statistic, or a story, as this says here. And just give a couple bullet points of kind of what the main focus of your presentation is going to be. Again, you do not have to answer these questions at all. And then you're going to have a series of slides. This will be the content. This will be the information that you've learned about your topic. Please use bullet points. No more than 6 bullet points, no more than 6 words per bullet. You can see that here. If pictures, you want to add some pictures, that's always nice. Make sure it somehow supports the information on your slide. Make your font readable, and just read through some of these tips. These are kind of the same. Use good colors. You are not going to be graded on what your slides look like. This is not an assignment or a class that is about learning how to use Google Slides, so don't fret too much about that. But mainly you want to have it so your information is presented in a clear, readable way that is interesting to your viewer, who's going to be me. Okay, so these again are the slides. If you choose a topic that is not specific to a company, your whole presentation, and I'm going to say a word on that in just a minute, please have one example of what one company that is doing it well. So for example, if you're talking about diversity in a particular industry, have one slide that points to one company that you think is doing it very well. So kind of keep that in mind, because it does make your presentation more focused and more specific and more interesting if you can be as specific as possible. All right, and here is the don't do this slide. Do not just write a wall of text and then read it. I can read it myself if you write a wall of text, but also this is really not very pleasing to the eye. And again, when you want to use those bullet points, your bullet points will be brief and you will be narrating it to support whatever the bullet point is. You'll be providing that information as opposed to writing a big old paragraph. And then you want a conclusion, of course, and then your very last slide should be your works cited list. It should be in alphabetical order. It should be MLA formatted. And we will talk about citations a little bit later. And I am here to help you with that if you have any questions. Okay? So that is the slide itself. All right, moving on. Again, these are just more videos about working with groups. So you have 2 assignments due this week, Friday night. One is to come up with a list of norms and expectations, and you basically just have to answer these 4 questions. We have one group. If you're working in a group, you should answer the first 3 together, and then number 4 will be your own answer. Everyone else is working individually, so please answer all 4 questions. The other assignment that will be due this week is you're going to post and canvas your topic proposal. And again, here's a list of topics. I'll say it again, these are just suggestions, but please let me know if you want to do something that doesn't fit either generally within one of these areas. And a quick word about your topic. Remember, you are putting together a short slide presentation. It's 5 to 10 minutes in length. I think 7 to 8 is really the sweet spot. That's what you want to aim for. So this means that you should not pick a topic that is so broad that it's impossible to cover it in that time. So for example, if your topic is sustainability in business, that's a massive topic, right? So I would suggest either sustainability in a specific industry. You can focus, your whole slide presentation can be on how that industry is practicing sustainability. Or even better yet, you could pick a company, probably a large company, or 2 companies, and see what their sustainability practices are. So for example, like what is Amazon doing for that? And when you do look at specific companies around issues like sustainability, you can certainly read their website and see what they're saying, but make sure you also look for sources that are not connected to the company, because we know that the public relations for that company, for Amazon, for example, are going to make it sound as that they are as sustainable as one could imagine, where the reality might be very different. So think about that. That's where your critical thinking skills come in when you're looking at different sources. Okay. Back to the topic itself. I'm encouraging a very focused topic, so you can stick within that time frame. And one of the purposes of this assignment is for you to learn how to decide and then share what you think the most important information on a given topic is within a specific time frame. You will be asked possibly to do something like that in a class or at your job, or maybe even making a presentation at a conference. So keep your topic in mind keep the time frame in mind when you're thinking about your topic. And I will just say that I am going to be timing you, so watch for that. And I will be giving you feedback on your topic as you post them, so just keep an eye out for that. All right. Lastly, there's a little mini quiz here. That's fine. You can do that. And then we have our participation quiz. The last thing I'll say is your presentation is not due until March 11th, so you're going to have plenty of time to gather the information you need to organize your slides and record the presentation. You'll have a few assignments along the way that's going to help you through the process. For example, next week you're going to have an assignment where you have to find 2 sources, annotate them, and create an MLA citation, and I will work with you on that. Finally, of course, if you have any questions or need help with any part of this, please contact me immediately. This should not be a stressful project. Since you have plenty of time, it should be enjoyable to you. Make sure you pick a topic that interests you. It could either be something maybe that's connected to your career profession, or maybe just something that you've always been curious about. Either way, make sure you do pick something that you do want to delve into and explore. Okay? Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.